So there has been quite a bit of talk about a one Dalvin Cook and whether or not we should pay, not pay, what's the deal. Like some have even speculated trade, although that was more so early on, less now. But just to get an idea of what the contract would be, I have the top five and, well, current paid backs. And right now the leading one is Christian McCaffrey, at least by a per year standpoint, of $16 million a season with $30 million fully guaranteed. Zeke is at $15 million a year with $28 fully guaranteed. Then you have Le'Veon Bell at $13 with $27 million fully guaranteed. Then David Johnson, famously or possibly even infamously traded for DeAndre Hopkins, and he has $13 million a season with $24 million guaranteed. And then you have, rounding out this top five, you have Derrick Henry on a $10.2 million franchise tag. So total guarantees for the most part is kind of in the mid-30s right now. The only one I would say that kind of breaks it a little bit is Ezekiel Elliott, where he has $50 million total guaranteed, but Johnson has at 31 total guaranteed, Bell at $35 million total guaranteed, and you have 36 total guaranteed with Christian McCaffrey. So I don't think anyone's going to argue Dalvin Cook on whether or not he should or should not be in that category as far as talent is concerned. Like if you're going off talent alone, this is a pretty easy decision, but it's not, because there is a problem. He's missed 19 of 48 possible games. That's a few games, and that's not good. So, but despite him being a special back, do you give a player with that kind of injury history $30+ million fully guaranteed? And personally, I think they kind of have to. He's just such a big part of this offense at this point. He is the engine that makes it go. And after you trade Stephon Diggs, can you really afford to lose another big piece? Yes, you did draft Justin Jefferson, but as of right now, this is an unproven commodity, although has potential. And then you have Adam Thielen, who is kind of getting up there in age all of a sudden. I don't think people know that, but he is 30. And now you have Dalvin Cook, who's the other big piece here. And then obviously Thielen's also got the injury from last year. And it's like, as the age gets, you recover a little slower. So that's just how it is. But you really want to get rid of your other big piece in Dalvin Cook, especially since he's the engine to the offense. Probably not. And this becomes more of a they probably have to more than they should or shouldn't kind of thing. And so regardless of what we think, I do end up thinking they will say yes to that deal. And so I'm going to take a different kind of approach here, which is the 2021 cap. Because, see if we can fit it in. And per overthecap.com, they currently have $32.9 million in cap for 2021. So that can also jump up to $44.7 million if they're able to cut Reef, assuming Ezra can, just man down the left tackle spot. So in 2021, that can jump up quite significantly. And I do think they might actually have some money for this in general, just because, I don't think the youth movement on defense is over. And Harrison, he has 2 seasons left in his contract. He's 31. Barr has 4 seasons left, and I would think this is probably more of a renegotiated deal than getting rid of him, because all of his cap hits they're in between the lowest as of right now of remaining of his 4-year deals is $12.7 million, with the highest going all the way to $18.1. So that seems like something that's going to be renegotiated if he doesn't, prove to be a much better asset. Not that he's horrible, I just think he's not that great. And Harris, obviously, he's on a franchise tag, but he's also 28 years old. So both Barr and Harris are 28, which is technically their prime, yes, but at the same time, the only reason why Barr is in cut territory probably is because of how like that, just that contract. And then Harris is on a franchise tag, and part of the reason why they probably haven't even seen an extension yet for Harris is because you probably don't want to be stuck with two safeties in that 30s area for long term. And it's kind of like, well, if they want to keep Harris in a Viking for life, do you really re-sign Harris? And I think that's more of why you don't see that. But it wouldn't be shocking to see that we have some more youth movement on there and getting rid of some cap hits on the defensive side again next year, which is it wasn't very fan friendly this offseason. I don't think it will be quite as bad next offseason, but I still think there's going to be some growing pains going from an older defense that's been together, and now we're kind of slowly transitioning into more, a lot more younger blood into this. And if I had to guess, just in total, this team will convert to a team that has a lot of money invested into the offensive side while they draft and develop a defense again. So you can just kind of rebuild it on that. And just with Cook as the engine to the offense, though, when you look at a rebuilding defense, you need to keep that offense as consistent and sound as possible. And having Dalvin Cook kind of does that a little bit. Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook play off each other pretty well because of how good Kirk Cousins is at the whole play-action faking, and then we're in a run-first offense that plays right into Dalvin Cook's wheelhouse of skill sets and his talent. So it really works, and even though there's an injury history, it's probably worth the risk in the long haul just because we do have a defense that's going to be still going through some growing pains over the next 2 or 3 years. And you can probably afford to give back that much money because you're going to still continue to get rid of these contracts pretty much. I don't think Hunter's moving. I also wouldn't think Kendricks is moving based on where the inside linebacker market is. I mean, we're talking like C.J. Mosley down in New York there has, I think, somewhere between 17 and 18 a year, which is ridiculous. So, and Bobby Wagner's around the same. Not saying Kendricks is, as all-pro as those guys, but just in general, he's around $10 million. So if he's not throwing a fit, I'm not touching it. And that's just kind of how I view that one. But Barr, I think you can definitely touch because I think they use him for a lot of niche roles, but not so many. He doesn't make the play. He helps others make the play. So perhaps you can persuade that to stay, especially since, we did kind of rip him away from the Jets again. And, yeah, but my guess is just pay Dalvin Cook because at this point it's hard to say there's a real downfall to it. I would think in general, like right now, like if he wanted to reset the market or try to or be the highest paid running back, Dalvin Cook would have to play this year on his rookie deal and no extension. If he wants the extension now, I would think it's probably going to put him somewhere between $13 and $14 million, but his fully guaranteed money might be just barely above Christian McCaffrey's at $31 or $32 million because that's kind of how this has gone. Because Le'Veon got 27 fully guaranteed, then Zeke got paid, then he got 28, and then right after that you get Christian McCaffrey who got 30. So my guess is he might have less per years, but we could see more guaranteed money involved there if it were to happen now. Where if he wants around that 16, I think we have to have him play this extra season and play it out and see if he can stay healthy. Kind of prove it like, all right, you did it once, but can you do it again? So it is what it is. And I'd like to know your guys' comments down below. Thoughts and opinions, all that good stuff. Like and subscribing, super helpful. And until next time, I bid y'all adieu.